First up, news from Rajasthan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and BJP President Amit Shah will be touring Rajasthan to address poll rallies in the state today. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and a veteran film actress and MP Hema Malini will also visit the state for poll campaigning, according to a statement issued by the BJP. And other leaders whose names have figured in a list released by the party are Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar, Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Union Ministers Sushma Swaraj, Rajnath Singh, Prakash Javadekar, Nitin Gadkari, Piyush Goyal, Smriti Irani and VK Singh, among others. The BJP has released two lists so far of 162 candidates for the polls to be held on 7th of December for 200 assembly constituencies. And earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed an election rally in Chhattisgarh's Ambikapur on Friday ahead of the second phase of polls on 20th of November. Prime Minister Modi praised the tribals of Naxal-hit Bastar region of Chhattisgarh for coming out to cast their votes in large numbers in the first phase, saying that they had defeated the undemocratic elements by voting. And hitting out at the Congress party, Prime Minister Modi said that 4 generations of the party have ruled the nation, but they have nothing to show to the people. He added that the NDA government is giving a report card every day of what it has done in the last 4 years. Remember, 72 constituencies of the state will go to polls in the second phase on 20th of November.
प्रथम चरण के मतदान में लोगों का उमंग, लोगों का उत्साह और विकास के लिए वोट देने का जो संकल्प था, वो मैंने अपनी आंखों से देखा है। उंगलियां काट देने की चुनौती देने वालों को लोगों ने जो जवाब दिया है, वो छत्तीसगढ़ के दूसरे चरण के मतदान के लिए भी बहुत बड़ी प्रेरणा है।
And staying with the Chhattisgarh, BJP chief Mayawati on Friday ruled out the possibility of tying up with the BJP or the Congress to form the government in Chhattisgarh. However, she asserted that her alliance with the Ajit Jogi's party would get absolute majority. Mayawati also criticized BJP and the Congress at a rally in Chhattisgarh. The BSP had earlier announced its decision to contest the state election in alliance with the JCC, declaring Jogi as the chief ministerial face of the coalition. The JCC is contesting 55 seats, while the BSP is in the fray in the rest.
गठबंधन को एब्सोल्यूट मेजॉरिटी, मुझे वैसे पूरा भरोसा है कि हमें एब्सोल्यूट मेजॉरिटी मिल जाएगी। यदि नहीं भी मिली तो हम ना कांग्रेस के साथ जाएंगे, ना बीजेपी के साथ जाएंगे, विपक्ष में बैठना पसंद करेंगे, लेकिन इन पार्टियों को ना हम सरकार बनाने के लिए समर्थन देंगे और ना हम इनसे समर्थन लेंगे।
On to news from poll-bound Madhya Pradesh, with the elections to the 230-member Madhya Pradesh Assembly slated on the 28th of this month. Prime Minister Modi on Friday addressed several public rallies in the state. And addressing people in Shahadol, he said that these elections are not about who will win or won't win. They are about the welfare of the people of Madhya Pradesh. He added that the people need to decide the kind of a state they want to give their children. Challenging the Congress party, he said that the top leadership should be held accountable for every penny of public money they spend. The Prime Minister also addressed a rally in Gwalior.
आपके सामने साफ है, 15 साल बनाम 55 साल, और मैं हैरान हूं। और भी एक कंपैरिजन आप करें, जरूर करें। मोदी का भी हिसाब आपको मांगना चाहिए। मांगना चाहिए कि नहीं मांगना चाहिए? संकोच मत कीजिए, मोदी को भी हिसाब देना चाहिए कि नहीं देना चाहिए? पल पल का हिसाब देना चाहिए कि नहीं देना चाहिए? पाई पाई का हिसाब देना चाहिए कि नहीं देना चाहिए? उसके लिए भी मैं आपसे आग्रह करता हूं। उनकी 4 पीढ़ियों की सरकार है, एक ही परिवार की 4 पीढ़ी ने देश को क्या दिया, एक चाय वाले ने 4 साल में क्या दिया। आ जाओ, हो जाए मुकाबला।
And besides Prime Minister, the BJP President Amit Shah also held public meetings in Tikamgarh, Sagar and Damoh. Addressing a rally in Sagar district, Amit Shah appreciated the developmental work done by Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan. And taking a jibe on the Congress while addressing a rally in Damoh, Shah asks under whose leadership is Congress fighting election in Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh Assembly elections, remember, are scheduled to be held on 28th of November.
मध्य प्रदेश बीमारू राज्य गिना जाता था, उसका विकास दर जीडीपी -4%। पूरे देश के अंदर कांग्रेस का शासन था, मध्य प्रदेश में कांग्रेस का शासन था। श्रीमान दिग्विजय सिंह मुख्यमंत्री थे, -4% पर विकास दर छोड़कर गए थे। भारतीय जनता पार्टी की शिवराज सरकार ने -4% से बढ़ाकर 10.8% 15 साल तक एवरेज विकास करने का काम ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार ने।
And Congress President Rahul Gandhi also addressed rallies in Madhya Pradesh on Friday. Addressing a rally in Deori town in Sagar district, Rahul Gandhi accused the Shivraj Singh Chauhan-led Madhya Pradesh government of ruining the healthcare and education systems in the state. He also promised to waive farm loans within 10 days of coming to power in the state, like Congress-led governments did in Punjab and Karnataka. And in another election rally at Sioni, Rahul Gandhi targeted the centre over demonetization and unemployment.
मध्य प्रदेश में सबसे बड़ा सवाल, दो सवाल हैं, बड़े सवाल। एक सवाल रोजगार का। मध्य प्रदेश के युवा, हर जात के युवा, हर धर्म के युवा, हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट के युवा, हर गांव के युवा, हर शहर के युवा एक चीज कहते हैं, मध्य प्रदेश की सरकार ने पिछले 15 साल में हमें रोजगार नहीं दिया है।
And moving to the east now, campaigning has gained momentum in Mizoram with the polling date approaching nearer. Home Minister Rajnath Singh on Friday addressed various election rallies in the state and addressing a public meeting in Siha. Rajnath Singh targeted Chief Minister Lal Thanola-led Congress government, saying the incumbent regime has failed on both counts of development and governance. The Home Minister also promised that all roads in the state would be made pothole-free within 6 months if the BJP comes to power. He also highlighted the developmental plans of the Modi-led central government in the northeast. Singh also addressed rallies in Kamla Nagar and Dampa Rangpuri in Mamoit district. The state, remember, is going to polls on the 28th of this month to elect 40-member state assembly.
पिछले 4.5 years से सेंटर में नरेंद्र मोदी के नेतृत्व में हमारी गवर्नमेंट काम कर रही है। 4.5 वर्षों के अंदर सारी कंट्री में एक चेंज देखने को मिलेगा आपको, और मैं समझता हूं उस चेंज से हमारा नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया भी अनटच्ड नहीं है। यहां पर लास्ट 10 years से कांग्रेस गवर्नमेंट है। मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं, लगातार 10 वर्षों तक यहां सरकार होने के बावजूद भी मिजोरम का डेवलपमेंट क्यों नहीं हुआ? मिजोरम में गांव की सड़कें क्यों नहीं बनी? मिजोरम के स्कूल्स की कंडीशन में इंप्रूवमेंट क्यों नहीं हुआ?
And our correspondent Akhilesh Suman caught up with Mizoram's new Chief Electoral Officer Ashish Kundra, who was appointed on Thursday. Remember, he replaced SB Shashank following protests by the civil society groups seeking his removal. And with the polling in the state just round the corner, here is how the new Chief Electoral Officer plans to ensure free, fair and peaceful elections in the state. Let's take a listen.
Ashish Kundra has joined as a Chief Electoral Officer in Mizoram after a controversial past about Mr. Shashank. So, Mr. Kundra, how do you feel that you have joined after such a controversy that has erupted in the state and the whole situation was very difficult to take it?
I would say that, it was a very unfortunate turn of events in the last couple of weeks, and Mizoram has had a very strong tradition of conducting free, fair and peaceful election. In the morning, I've had detailed discussion with political parties and also with the NGO coordination committee, and I have got full assurance from everybody that they will give us full support in making sure that the state of Mizoram lives up to the standards which have been set in the past.
But you have joined midway, so do you think that the type of situation that had created the attitude of political parties or the officials were positive, or what about this whole assessment?
No, it was very reassuring to interact with everybody, and I can only say that I got very good vibes, very good response from both the political parties as well as the civil society organizations, and I think I told them that we have to restore the faith in the institution of the election office, which in the past also has conducted elections so beautifully and in consonance with law. So we are, after all, officers who are bound by the provisions of law and the instructions issued by Election Commission of India, and we shall do so in the future.
So, finally, that do you think that your whole election machinery is ready to take over this challenge?
I am confident. We have a very strong team of officers, and we have got a very fine set of district magistrates who are in charge, who are working day and night. And I am sure with their support and preparedness, we will be able to conduct elections well on course.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kundra, and I wish all the best. Thank you.
News from Telangana. The BJP has released its fourth list of candidates for the Telangana polls. With this, the party has announced the list of 93 candidates out of 119 seats in the state assembly. The state votes on 7th of December.